Hello friends, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we are building a large family home for the Baxter family, who is Eliza Pancake's sister's family. The Baxters are a quite large, a little bit well-to-do family with the two parents, Kelly and Charles, their oldest child, Logan, toddler George, and a little infant baby Sophia, as well as a large Burmese mountain dog named Dutch. So it's a pretty full household, and I really love how this house turned out. I think it's one of my favorite builds that I've done recently, from the decor and furnishing style to the floor plan, how well it worked out. There's just so much I want to talk about in this one. The outside came together really quickly, so there's not much to say about that yet. I did rotate the house to the other sidewalk because I really wanted the house to have the backyard for the kids to play in, so even though it doesn't look super great from the street, I feel like it works better for the house and for gameplay. I did do something a little bit maybe controversial, and that is for the front porch. I did not put any railings, and that was intentional, even though I'm not sure if I like it or not. I don't know, you let me know. Railings or no railings on front porches. I've seen kind of a lot of houses in real life that don't have railings, and to me they always seem a little bit unfinished and maybe a little bit unsafe, but there are people who really like it as well. So I just wanted to try something a little bit different. After roughly settling on the exterior, I was very eager to go inside and start furnishing and figure out the floor plan, because there was a few things that I wanted to really make sure that this house had before I invested too much time on the outside. And that would be to make sure that there is enough bedrooms for all the kids, and I also wanted there to be a large kitchen and living room on the inside, because you know, this is a very big family and I wanted there to be room for everybody. Thankfully, the floor plan came together really quickly, so that wasn't too much of an issue. Sometimes I kind of struggle with floor plans a little bit, but this one worked out really well. I think one of the reasons why the exterior was so quick was because I was referencing a Google image for this house, and most of my houses are kind of loosely based off of images and like the aesthetic or vibe of the images. I think that's a great tip if you want to get better at building, is to look at real life houses and then try to either replicate them or loosely build from those images. I just think it makes it so much easier, and it's really not any less creative than just making it all up by yourself. I did also add a little inset balcony on the second story, which I think is so cute, and I don't normally put balconies, but I felt like for this more, I wouldn't say like modern, but like normal suburban looking home, I feel like it's very realistic, because a lot of houses that you see like this do have little balconies off of the main bedroom. Heading onto the inside now, I went for a very light, creamy, chic, and a timeless look that I just love in real life so much. I feel like that's very fitting for a more wealthy household too. If Bob and Eliza are constantly trying to keep up with the Joneses, then her sister's family are the Joneses. There are a lot of parallels to this house that somewhat mimic the Pancakes' home. I wanted this to be like the better version, in quotes, that Eliza and Bob wished they had. It has a great, huge kitchen to the envy of Bob, which was really fun because I often don't have enough room in my kitchens to have such a big island and try out different, more unique configurations with the appliances. The island is huge, and so I used that as an opportunity to put in double stovetops and ovens, and I used the Dream Home Decorator ones that are separate, so they look really sleek and modern built into the countertops. I honestly don't think I have ever used those before, so this was really fun to be able to. I also put a fair bit of clutter around the kitchen that I felt reflected their lifestyle. I wanted it to be tidy, but still feel lived in. And that goes for the rest of the house as well. I wanted a modern open floor plan so the kitchen flows into the dining room and then into the living room. I probably would have preferred another archway from the entryway going directly into the living room for convenience, but I wanted to have the powder room downstairs also off of the entry across from the home office slash counseling office, as Kelly is a romance relationship counselor from Lovestruck, whatever that's called. So having the powder room be accessible for her clients was the priority. So I did have to make that sacrifice, but I feel like it's the more realistic option, especially with a home business. You wouldn't want your clients wandering around your house to find a bathroom. That just doesn't seem very comfortable. The upstairs is not actually that large and would definitely have benefited from a family room or a kid's playroom, but all I could manage was the 4 needed bedrooms as well as 2 bathrooms, so that's pretty good. But also the way that the windows and the balcony was set up, this might not be too ideal, as the largest room actually belongs to their child Logan, which is a little bit weird. But I didn't want the balcony to be attached to any of the kids' rooms, obviously, for like safety reasons. I also really wish that I could have had a Jack and Jill bathroom between Logan and George's room, but the floor plan just had different ideas, I guess. I do think that the upstairs turned out pretty well, though. I feel like each of the kids has a pretty decent sized bedroom. And who knows, there may be more children in the future, so having Logan's room be so large, maybe if there are more kids, then George can move in with Logan and they can share a room, because it is like a really big room. It's the whole left half of the house, so like what kid needs that much space? Maybe I could have split it into 2 rooms, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not always the best with floor plans, and there's always like a million ways that you could do it, but normally I just settle on the first one. Okay, but now you will see how truly giant this kitchen is. The island is 4 tiles, 4 cabinets large. Like, that is crazy huge. I don't think I've ever furnished a kitchen this big, but it doesn't feel empty when I get all the clutter in there and everything. I think it's pretty cozy. I think it's pretty nice. I do go around and kind of set the furnishings out just to see what I'm working with before I start doing the clutter, which is normally how I furnish, I think. Clutter is normally the last part of the build, all like the finishing touches of it, for me at least. But again, I do go for a very creamy, chic, classic look, which I kind of do a lot, but that's just my personal, like, real life preferred style of homes. I just love it so much. It just feels so classic and breathable. That's kind of maybe an odd word to describe furniture, but I don't know. I feel like the light, airy colors are so warm and inviting without being either too stark and bland or harsh and moody, which isn't a bad thing either. It just depends on the mood that you're trying to set and your own personal style, of course. And as you'll see, when I do the basement, I do go for that kind of dark, atmospheric, moody feeling because it is like kind of a theater room down there, and I think it's really fun. This might seem kind of like a weird choice to separate the 2 seating areas like this, but I feel like it kind of makes a lot of sense to have 2 different zones. There's like a cozy book nook slash baby infant kind of play area zone, and then a more like living room type zone, entertaining zone. It also, I just think, fits best in this space as well because I did not want the couch pushed up to the railings of the basement stairs. I feel like that's too squishy and small looking. So having the seating area in the open part of that corner there in front of the dining room just felt like the best option. I guess I cluttered up the upstairs pretty early on. Normally I finish at least most of the house, but I guess I was just really excited to get the kitchen set and ready. I tried to use a bunch of the kitchen clutter that I don't normally use, so like the spice racks and fruit bowls, things like that, dessert tray, and also that cool cookbook stand thing, as well as it kind of looks like something's being made on the counter, which I thought was really cute. Again, I really wanted this house to feel very lived in. It is a large, busy family after all. I also really looked forward to decorating the open shelves that I put because again, my kitchens are normally pretty small and so they don't have a lot of room for open shelving or anything. And I feel like it really helped to fill in the space really nicely. Also, I got to put in a lot of appliances into the kitchen, like the new kettle, as well as the blender, microwave. And I feel like it actually looks really nice and normal. Most of the times when I put those small appliances into my Sims' homes, it just feels very messy and cluttered. But because the kitchen is so big, it really uses up the space nicely. So now that the kitchen is done, I go in and add the curtains, which is always my favorite finishing detail. I think that curtains just really bring the room together, make it feel warm and cozy. And I really like these ones I used. I think they're from a living room kit. I don't know what it's called, but it's the one that has the thin metal rod. And even though I love how that looks so much, I think that all of the two-piece curtains should have a center rod. They are really annoying to place, and I have to like move all of the windows to be able to line them up to the curtain because for some reason they snap to the window at a different height than the curtains, and it's weird and really tedious to then go back and move all the windows to place the rod and then move the windows back, especially on a house that has a lot of windows. But it really is worth it at the end. It just looks so pretty and realistic. Although I cluttered up the rest of the upstairs, I didn't clutter anything as much as the kitchen, just because I feel like that's pretty normal. The kitchen has the most utility. It's kind of like the center of the home, and because it's right off the entryway, it probably also acts as a landing space for a lot of items. I also really like how the living room counselor's room thing looks as well. I wanted to go for more of like a pink, a little bit more moody feeling so that it feels very calm in there, which I think would be good for a counseling office. Also, I don't know if I even said this because I'm filming this voiceover over multiple days, but I don't even know if the Lovestruck career even allows you to work with clients from home. I don't think it does, but we can just pretend. Even if it's not entirely functional, it's still just an office with a desk and a computer, so it'll work, I'm sure. I also added some curtains over the glass door in the office just for privacy during counseling sessions. I thought that was really realistic and a nice little detail, especially because they are it is a glass door. I initially wanted to put a nice big French doorway into the office, but we didn't really have any that I liked. I was also really intentional with the lighting that I used in this house. I normally try to use some different lighting in each room rather than just the little saucer that I put so that I'm able to see when I'm building, because I just feel like the different lighting is much more realistic and gives a nice atmospheric lighting as well, compared to just like the straight white light that is very harsh. After finishing up the little powder room downstairs, I move upstairs very briefly just to put in the flooring and kind of the wallpaper, decide which rooms belonged to who, that sort of thing, just to kind of get a feel for the space and make sure that I'm actually happy with how it's looking. Maybe see if I need to readjust any of the walls, which I decided not to. And I really didn't spend too much time going into detail with the upstairs yet because I was so excited to work on the basement, because I never put basements in my Sims' homes, and I had a vision for this one that I really, really wanted to make happen, and I am so pleased with how it turned out. I think this basement, theater room, game room, bar area, guest bedroom, gym. It's a big basement, and I think it looks so good. It looks exactly how I wanted it to in my head. You'll see it starts out very small at the beginning, but I expand it multiple times as I have new ideas of what I want to add in there. Oh yeah, there's also a full bathroom down here as well, as an ensuite to the guest room, as well as off the bar. Kind of a Jack and Jill bathroom with the guest room and the bar. I do really struggle with the bar at first because I'm just not used to building them, so I didn't know kind of what items we had, what items I wanted to add, because normally when I'm building I kind of remember the items in the game that we have, and I already have planned which ones I'm going to use. But because I don't often build bars, I don't know what items we have or where to find them, because some of these are in shelves, some of them are in like wall decor or whatever. So it's kind of hard to find them, kind of hard to picture in my head what I want, because I just don't know what's there. But you'll see with this brown tile, the brown shag carpet, and the brown walls, you can kind of see the mood that I'm setting in this basement here already. Also, the bathroom does not get complete until after I do the gym, because then I go in and add the shower, because that just makes a lot more sense to have the shower down here with the gym and also with the guest bedroom as well. I was also kind of thinking while building this was that when Logan ages up into a teen or maybe a young adult, then he can move into the basement suite to have his own space and just kind of live in the man cave down here, which is kind of what it is, and get away from all of his younger siblings, which I'm sure as a teen he will not want to be around. So down here in the basement, I have the huge projection screen from the Bob pancake kit. I felt like that was pretty fitting. And then I also have what looks to be maybe a poker table, as well as the dartboard, because you know, man cave, as well as the ping pong table from Discover University. While we're working on the guest room, I don't really have anything to say about it. It's nicely furnished, it's a guest room. I guess I will talk about non-build things. So I mentioned that I got a new kitten in the last speed build, which is almost 2 weeks ago already. That's crazy. Her name is Honey. She's doing great, gets along well with my other 2 cats, and free roams by herself around the house during the day. But at night, I still keep her in my room. She mostly sleeps through the night now, at least as far as I can tell. But she's always up at 6 a.m. on the dot, ready to eat, which is kind of nice for me because I love waking up early, and it's kind of like she is a super effective alarm clock. Also, because she was in a foster family with dogs before I adopted her, when she's really frisky and playing, she sneezes like a dog when they play, and it's just so funny and cute. I've never seen a cat that does that before. Oh yeah, and then in some other really exciting news, I don't want to alarm anyone, but Paralives releases in early access in 1 month. 1 month. I honestly cannot even believe it's so close. And it's usually around this time with a new game that I've been anticipating that I start feeling a little restless with the games I already own and play a lot because I only want to play the new game. So I've been looking around for other life sim cozy games to play in my free time, or like a relaxing game that I can play and pop in intermittently or absent-mindedly play while watching TV or something. Maybe perhaps a little management-y or tycoon type game. And the games that always kind of pop into the back of my mind were the virtual family games that I was obsessed with as a kid. You might remember them as well from like the early to mid 2000s and 2010s. And so imagine my surprise when I find out that there is a new Virtual Families game that was released in 2020 and updated as recently as July of this year. Who knew? So immediately yesterday evening, I downloaded it on Steam for free, by the way, and my little starting girl looked exactly like Eliza Pancakes. So of course, I renamed her Eliza, and then I named her husband Bob. And so now I have my own little pancake family in Virtual Families. And you guys, I forgot how cute this game is. And they also yesterday had a son, so I decided to just go with my Sims 4 family and name the son Roman. And then today they had another baby. Its name is Merlino, and I can't change it yet because it's still a baby. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but I'm planning on naming it Lasagna. What do you think? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. The only reason why I bring any of this up is because if you enjoy The Sims and life sim games, I think you will probably like Virtual Families. It's great, it's free, just like I said, also no ads. And it's kind of unique because it goes by real time. Okay, I have no idea why this is sounding like an ad. It's not. I just really enjoy this like nostalgic game. Also, Virtual Families is the same company, The Last Day of Work, who made all the Virtual Villagers games, which are also super fun and also free on PC and Mac. I think you might have to pay for them on mobile. But yeah, you get to look after these little virtual people and fix up this dilapidated cabin in the woods. In the third game at least, I think in the second game and the first Virtual Families, it's like a suburban home. But then also there's like a family resort that you get to unlock in the third generation, which I'm really looking forward to seeing what that's all about because obviously I'm just on the first generation. I started yesterday. But I guess I will start talking about the build again. So you saw that there was like this platform on the other side of the stairs up against the window. I didn't want to block it off, so I added a platform to boost it up a little bit and then put some plants on it. I've seen stuff like that done in real life with like maybe some sculptures or, you know, some kind of decorative items up in like the landing there. That is just kind of useless space anyway, and I wanted to keep the light from the window, so I didn't want to close it off or anything, and I actually really like how it looks. I know that in the past, whenever that sort of thing has happened, I normally just reconfigure the whole floor plan to try and eliminate that altogether, but I think from now on I'm gonna do something like this. I think it looks actually pretty nice, and it uses the space well. I'm working on now the main bedroom for the parents, as well as the ensuite bathroom. I really like how this bedroom turned out. I think it's very like minty, it's nice and light, and it's still that kind of timeless, chic, classy look, so it fits with the rest of the house as well. The bathroom is a nice bathroom. It worked out really well with that 1x1 bump out there that I stuck the shower in. The kids' bathroom, though, I think is really fun because I used a bunch of fun decals and everything to make the bathroom feel like underwater kids area. Like, you know, the whale and the turtle and the fish decals? I used those for, I think, the first time ever, and I love them. They're so cute for a kid's bathroom. It's just such a quick and easy way to make the space feel more family friendly, cozy, realistic. I think if you're more of a family gameplay person like me, then you should definitely try to use those fun decals because they just, I don't know, bring the bathroom to life a little bit without making the bathroom seem like so unnecessarily childish. Like, it's not like The Sims then have to go and renovate the entire bathroom when their kids grow up. They will, however, probably have to go in and renovate the kids' bedrooms because I went kind of crazy on each of the kids' bedrooms. I feel like I'm starting to get a bit burnt out on kids' rooms a little bit. I feel like I've decorated so many and they all kind of look the same that I really need to like push myself really far to try and make the bedrooms feel unique. And I don't know if it's because there's not enough kid stuff or if there's not enough good kid stuff that I actually want to use, but I really struggle to find unique kids decor items to make the rooms feel different. Especially if you have multiple kids in a single house, because why does each kid need their own dollhouse? Or why does each kid need their own changing table? They probably don't. It's a little bit unnecessary and a little bit overkill. I feel like to have to keep repeating the same items in each kid's room, especially when it comes to toddler stuff, like toddler beds. Especially, like, we have so little toddler stuff that you really do feel like you're just reusing the same stuff because most of it is so ugly. Like, not all of it, obviously, but the stuff that we've been getting recently for toddlers, like the Enchanted by Nature toddler bed, it's super cute, but I'm not gonna put it in this normal suburban home. So you basically just end up using the exact same toddler bed in every single build, in every single room, and it gets a little bit tiring. And also, the toddler bed only comes in like 3 good swatches, so the color scheme of the room is all the same as well. If I'm being honest though, I just actually hate the fact, mostly, that we have to use the toddler beds at all. I would much rather continue using the cribs for toddlers because they're so much cuter and they look so much nicer in the room than a toddler bed. Is that just me? It might just be me. I have no idea. How old are the toddlers in The Sims 4 even supposed to be? Because to me, they look about like maybe 2. Do 2-year-olds not sleep in cribs? I don't know. Maybe I'm just used to The Sims 3 where the toddlers maybe seemed a little bit younger than they do in The Sims 4, and so they still slept in the cribs. But I don't know, I prefer the crib look. It's cuter, in my own opinion, of course. I did, however, have a lot of fun creating Logan's room. He is a child, so he doesn't have as much limitations as we do with infants and toddlers. And for once, I decided to actually put a little TV and couch in the kids' room. I have never really done that before, normally because the rooms aren't big enough, but this room is huge, so I decided to use as much as I could to fill it up. Okay, now looking back on George's room, even though I complained so much about the toddler stuff, I do think that the room still turned out really cute. I went for this green kind of jungly animal looking vibe, and I think it turned out really cute, although maybe a little bit more empty than I would have liked. I do also feel like we need more kids wall clutter pictures, stuff to put on the wall, because I'm tired of using that paper craft thing in literally every single kid's room. It's so cute, but it's like one of the only things that looks like a child made and displayed on their wall. I want more things like that, please. And then for little Sophia's room, I absolutely adore it. It's very pink, very pastel, very kind of fancy as well with that rose wallpaper. I think it looks so cute though. Her room was pretty quick and easy though, because it was the smallest room and because adding a changing table is a given and that uses up quite a bit of space. So there's not much to do other than the crib and the changing table. After adding a few extra details to Sophia's room and then adding some more picture frames around the upstairs hallway, we are pretty much done with the entire house. Now we just need to finish up with the yard and the landscaping, as well as the finishing touches on the house itself, such as shutters and window flower boxes, which really just tie the entire house together. Also, even though this hallway is really small, I do really like how it's furnished. I love that couch in the window bay area there. I think it's actually from My First Pet Stuff, which is a little bit alarming if that is true, although it just fits so perfectly as a window bench seat area thing. It's super cute. Finally, we are moving on to the outside. I can't believe that we are almost done this build. I have been talking for so long over the span of multiple days. I am actually really surprised that I have been able to talk so much so far. Normally, you guys know I have to end the voiceover like halfway through the build, and this is a long one too. This is almost 40 minutes long, and I have managed to talk all the way through it. And also, if you are still watching, thank you. So now I'm just doing the window shutters. It was a little bit tedious because I had to size down the window shutters, I think twice, each window shutter, and then kind of line up multiple to fit on the different sides. So it took a little bit longer than it normally does. And of course, these are just the Horse Ranch shutters, the only ones that we have. Honestly, like, we need some more window shutters. I love these so much. They really, really complete the look of the house, but they are a little bit ranchy, rustic looking because they're from Horse Ranch. And I just would like some more modern looking ones. Not modern, but like suburban home kind of modern. And like I said way at the beginning of this speed build, I made the conscious choice not to put railings on the front porch. And once again, I'm going to say, I don't know if I like it or not. The Google image that I was referencing for this house, taking inspiration from, did not have railings. I thought I would try it. I've also seen many houses in real life that do not have railings, and to me it feels a little bit unfinished and a little bit unsafe. I don't know, maybe you prefer it, let me know. But then I also did go back and try to find some railings that fit the feeling of this house, and I couldn't find any. So maybe just having no railings was the best choice for this house anyway. I don't really know. I do really love the landscaping that I did for this house. I tried some different flowers and bushes, of course keeping my beloved hostas from Cats and Dogs though. Of course, those are a given. I love them so much. And they are so underappreciated and underutilized. I've basically never seen anybody else use these hostas, and I really think that more people should. They're fantastic. Also, I really need to start adding these little accent rocks in my flower beds and gardens. because it just really ties together the garden. Like before I put the rocks, it seemed kind of messy and out of place, but I add the rocks, I don't even do a full border, and it just feels like it's so much more intentional. I had a lot of fun in the back too, with my goal, of course, being not overdoing the garden and the landscaping, which you know that I have such a bad habit with. I will try and fill up every square inch of grass in a garden, and it's not usually very good. Of course, this house also has a bunch of kids that I wanted to be able to play in the back, so that helped leaving a lot of space for the playground equipment. I also wanted lots of space for entertaining, so there is like a little table with an umbrella and a large expensive grill on the deck, as well as some more comfy outdoor seating couches and a fire pit on the patio that goes off of the deck, which I think looks really nice. Even though the yard is not very big, I think that it does an excellent job of having space for both the parents and the grown-ups, as well as the kids, equally, without feeling overtaken by either one. Oh, and I actually completely forgot that I added a hot tub as well on the deck. And I made this kind of privacy wall around the hot tub, as well as a little roof enclosure area, which I think looks pretty cute. And also the divider, very realistic, I feel like. Especially when you're up on your deck, you don't want your neighbors like being able to see you from over top of the fence, so there's just that extra height there. Also, the deck flooring from Adventure Awaits and the black metal railing from, I think it's For Rent, are so peak suburban back deck. It looks like every deck I've ever seen in real life, and I love it so much. Such a good combo. It will definitely be my go-to every time I make a deck now. I did also go around and put the lawn flamingo in the front yard, as well as a few gnomes. I feel like I don't ever put gnomes in any of my Sims builds, but I love them so much, and I actually am kind of obsessed with gnomes in real life. I think they are so funny and weird, and like, you know when you look at something and it's like so ugly and weird that it's cute? I feel like that about gnomes. Like, it's a little guy with a beard and a pointy hat, and for some reason they're like supposed to be super cute. In like all the gift shops and home decor. It's so funny, it's so absurd, and I love it so much. I will say though that I loved gnomes before they became the new thing. You know, it was llamas, it was sloths, now it's Highland cows, and cows are my favorite animals, and I love Highland cows as well, so maybe I'm just winning. And I spent so much time talking about gnomes that we are at the end of the build now. So I guess I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please give this video a like. If you are new, consider subscribing so you don't miss my next video. I hope that you all have a great day, and I will see you all next time. Bye!